Hello my dear champions, how are you all? Welcome to Diksha Karnataka YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve KCET PYQs. You heard it right, for the chapter inverse trigonometric function. Okay, so we have done the part 1 and part 2. This is session number 3 in the ITF. Okay, so in this session we'll solve total of 20 PYQs from the chapter inverse trigonometric function. Okay, what we have done in part 1 and part 2, we'll see that in the planner. Let's have a look. Part 1 has inverse of functions. We have done that. If you're somebody who has watched the part 1 and part 2 both, good for you. But if you're watching this video for the first time, you should know part 1 and part 2 has already been released, already covered the conceptual part and as well as question practice in the session number 2. Today's session is the CET PYQs. Next session will be part 4 of the chapter, where we'll be dealing with your JEE mains PYQs. Same is the structure of your JEE Sankalp 2026 batch, where we talk about concept session first, then we move on to KCET PYQs, and later comes JEE mains PYQs. I hope this is all clear. Okay, so why we are doing all of this? To get ourselves one step closer to your desired engineering colleges. Okay, great. What next? So these are your your seniors, your rankers from 2025 batch for CET. We had all these names and many more. We can't take all the names in one slide, so we have listed a few of them over here. Prajwal is there, Kiran is there, Diksha, we have Samiksha, Sachin, Harshit, and all the way till Gagan. Okay, so they were all good, very good ranks, and the unique thing about them was they all studied from just YouTube. Okay, you can go ahead and check the testimonials. You'll find that okay, they were very much, they had fun. We had a event over there, we had interactions, a celebration of their results. They all came, we met them. Okay, so you can check out the testimonials. What is our goal apart from, okay sir, why you're telling us? I'm telling you this because there's only very simple reason. We want you to be here. We want you to be the rankers and the toppers of next year's batch, which is KCET 2026 batch. Okay, so for that your name, your picture and your rank should be displayed. That is your goal, that is it assigned to you. Is it achievable? Of course this can be achieved if you are very much thorough in everything. Okay, if you are very much putting effort, solving all the questions, downloading all the class notes. And where do you download the class notes? WhatsApp channel, sir. Okay, WhatsApp channel we have, you got to download it. Okay, go ahead, join this channel. This looks like channel. I'm going to change that, so it is a channel. 1 second here. Okay, go ahead, join it. Okay, it's for free completely. All the updates regarding the sessions, anything else which is coming your way, any live scheduled, all will be given in the WhatsApp channel only, all the notifications. Okay, and not only that, all the class notes in the PDF format will be given to you there itself. Okay, so today's session, what we're going to do, we'll talk about your 20 questions from last 10 years of CET, the KCET PYQs. That works. Okay, for the chapter ITF, of course you know that, right? ITF. So I hope you're ready. Let's start the session. Okay, question number 1 coming your way. So question number 1, can any question get simpler than this? Of course not. What is the question? The range of second inverse of x. Yes, it's a PYQ asked in 2017, and your answer is the straightforward option B. If you know domain and range, which you should know in all the 6 inverse trigonometric functions, then you get the answer directly by putting 0 to pi inclusive, except for pi by 2. Reason is very simple, because cos pi by 2 is 0, right? Okay, so we can move on now. Question number 2. One was very simple. Yeah, what we get? Cos of 2 sine inverse 3 by 4 cos inverse of 3 by 4. We're going to use the properties now. So we're going to use all the concepts that we have learned in the previous 2 sessions. Okay, ready for it? Of course. So we're going to do what? Take this in the bracket, club it like this. Sine inverse of 3 by 4 cos inverse of 3 by 4. So I've taken one of the sine inverse from here, put it here, cos inverse comes together, and we had 2 sine inverse over here, right? I'm keeping that separate. Okay, and outside we have, of course, cos. That is not a problem, is it? No. Sum of this 2 is what, dear? If you remember, it's going to be pi by 2. The property is there. Sine inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is pi by 2. Very good. So you're going to get this simplified as cos pi by 2 plus sine inverse of 3 by 4. Now we all know that this will give me what? Some angle. This will give me what? Some angle, let's call that angle to be alpha. Let's call that angle to be alpha. Cos of pi by 2 plus alpha. Cos of pi by 2 plus alpha, quadrant rule, becomes minus sine alpha. Becomes minus sine alpha. What is alpha over here? Same thing. If you are forgetting it, remember cos of 90 plus alpha is minus sine alpha. Which rule? Quadrant rule, remember? This is your alpha, right? 90 is this, 90 plus alpha will become second quadrant where cos is negative. Hence we have minus sine alpha. Alpha is sine inverse of 3 by 4. Operate sine with sine inverse. We know the property of inverse, right? Okay, they will cancel each other's effect. Answer will become simply minus 3 by 4. Simple. Fair enough. Answer is minus 3 by 4. Yes, I have taken time and steps to do the question because I wanted to explain. But if you're a student who have done this much work, you can write it in the first step. After this step, no, you can get the answer. So if I saw some comments that, sir, can you give the tricks at the same time? Okay, so first of all, I want to tell you one thing is we are doing something for tricks. Don't worry, you'll get the tricks also for all the chapters which is possible. Okay, apart from that, I'll let you know in the questions also where we can get the steps directly from. For example, after this step, no, if you solve the question already in the practice, after this step you get this as pi by 2 plus sine inverse. Answer come directly from as cos of pi by 2 plus some angle becomes simply minus sine of that angle. Hence answer directly minus 3 by 4. Option A is correct. Okay, got it? So option first step is enough to get the final answer, but if you want to, I've given all the steps. I've given this is called as quadrant rule. I hope this is clear. Okay, we can move on now. All right, this is clear. Question number 3 now. Yeah. If we have a plus pi by 2 less than 2 tan inverse of x, same approach you can apply. Just look for the common integral, multiple. Check here. We have 2 tan inverse of x. We can also make here 2 cot inverse of x plus cot inverse of x. Right? See the step? So we'll write here as a plus pi by 2 is less than, right here, 2 tan inverse of x plus 2 cot inverse of x plus cot inverse of x, and that is less than the value p. Works out. Okay, we'll write one more step. A plus pi by 2 less than, take 2 common from these two. Okay, 2 is common. I get here tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x. This last one is left as it is, so we write here as it is cot inverse of x, which is less than b. Less than b. Works out. All right, so now we know the property again will hold true. Tan inverse plus cot inverse is nothing but pi by 2 again, right? Okay, so we have here a plus pi by 2 is less than twice of pi by 2, twice of pi by 2. Great. This comes as it is. Cot inverse of x less than b goes out dear. Okay, I'll simplify this just for your sake. 1 second. I'm getting here a plus pi by 2 less than pi plus cot inverse of x less than b. Look, you might feel one thing over here because you are a new student who are preparing for this examination, that sir, do we have time this much to do in, to solve the question like this in the examination? Of course you don't have, but right now, no, whenever it is asked to you, accuracy or in time management, which is more important? First thing should be accuracy. Okay, first learn the concept. By practicing the same thing over and over again, of course the speed will come. Okay, both of these steps are very important. Accuracy, okay, and you also should have speed. But your step 1 is accuracy. First get the questions right. Okay, then you can keep doing them again and again to get the speed also with you. Got it? So I can solve this question directly from here only. Okay, because I've solved it so many times, but you doing for the first time only, you have to maintain the accuracy part first. That's why I'm explaining you all the steps. I hope this is clear, right? Nobody should have this concern that can we solve this much steps in 1 minute. We can't do that, right? But with practice, it's done. It's possible because all the students are doing it. Even you will be able to solve it. Don't worry. Okay, so this is clear. This step is clear. Now comes the property for range of cot inverse of x. property for range of cot inverse of x. Please check. So your cot inverse of x range, if you check, will become from 0 to pi. Do you want cot inverse of x, sir? No, we want pi plus cot inverse of x. We want pi plus cot inverse of x. So add pi on all the sides. Pi plus 0, pi plus cot inverse of x, and pi plus pi is 2 pi. This is my equation number 1. Condition 1 basically, not equation. Condition 1. And this is my condition number 2. Compare them. Compare 1 and 2. Compare 1 and 2. Please check. From 1 and 2. Check this out. Pi plus cot inverse of x over here. Pi plus cot inverse of x over here. No problem, sir. This side we have b. This side we have 2 pi. It means simply, sir, b equals to 2 pi. This side we have a plus pi by 2. This side we have pi. It means, sir, a plus pi by 2 equals to pi. Hence, a value is, bring on this side, it becomes pi minus pi by 2. What is the answer? Pi by 2. So your answer is a is pi by 2, b is 2 pi. Your answer is a is pi by 2 and b is 2 pi. Clear? Option C is correct? Yeah. Option C is correct. Have a look. Option C is correct. Makes sense to all of you? Okay. I'm moving on. I am going to move on now to the next question. Okay. The domain of the function defined by this. It's a good question. Again a PYQ from 2020, year 2020. Okay, so I'm not taking the PYQ in the same sequence. All right, this year's PYQ I have taken at the last 2025. Others have taken in the the level of difficulty of the question. The first few were very easy, then we are increasing the level of difficulty. Okay, that works for all of you. Let's solve this domain of this function. So domain, first thing is we'll have to apply for the root part because root cannot be negative. So apply this. X is more than 1. This clear? X is more than 1. This is for the root part, okay? Inside the root, whatever is there, that number has to be positive, right? It means x has to be more than or equal to 1. Next, what is there for the cos inverse domain? What is it? So this part, cos inverse domain, if you check, should lie between minus 1 to 1. Minus 1 to 1. Right now, cos inverse, whatever is there in place of this, no, I can write this as f of x equals to cos inverse of, let's say, p. This whole thing, the p is nothing but root of x minus 1. Then that p should lie between minus 1 to 1. That's the domain. Okay. Now, for all the x more than 1, no, we'll not be dealing with this case. We can directly take this case and it'll satisfy the condition. You'll see. Check this out. Just taking that inequality, I get root of x minus 1 less than 1. Square on both sides. Square on both sides. I get here x minus 1 because the square root is gone, less than 1 is square. How much is this? X minus 1 is less than 1, x is less than 2. Check from here, I'm getting x is more than 1 and less than 2. What it means? It means x belongs to less than 2 and more than 1. That's your final answer. Combining those two together, more than 1 and less than 2. What it means is simply x belongs to 1 to 2 close brackets. 1 to 2 close bracket, option D is correct. Option D is correct. Clear hai? This is clear. Okay, simple enough. Very simple. Yeah, let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. Okay. I hope you all know this is, if you're watching right now, this is a CET PYQ questions for chapter ITF. Every year, 2 questions comes from this chapter. Okay. A minimum of 2. Cos of cot inverse of minus root 3 plus pi by 6. Simple question. Let's solve it. So we have cos over here. We can get the value of this cot inverse of minus root 3. What's the formula? Cot inverse of minus x. The formula, please check. Cot inverse of minus x is given by pi minus cot inverse of x. Okay, pi minus cot inverse of x. Over here, I'll end up with pi minus cot inverse of root 3. Of course, there's a plus p pi by 6. Cos here pi minus this value is how much, dear? Going to be pi by 6 Again we have pi by 6, right? Yeah, tan inverse of 1 by root 3 is what? Same, no? Yeah. So we get this and this is cancelled. Cos of pi is the final answer, which is minus 1. Which is minus 1. Option D is correct. If you are confused about the step number 2, about this step, please remember the special angles for sine, cos, tan. Okay, if you know that in that much, you'll remember cot inverse of cot pi by 6 is root 3. That's why cot inverse of root 3 is pi by 6. Works. Cot pi by 6 is root 3. Hence, cot inverse of root 3 is pi by 6. I hope all of you know that, right? Yeah. Question number 6 now. Tan inverse of 1 by root 3 sine 5 pi by 2. And then we have another sine inverse, cos, sine inverse again. Okay. Looks difficult? It's very simple. Look at here. Sine, first problem is this part, right? Sine 5 pi by 2. Quadrant you check. This is pi by 2, sine is positive. This is 3 pi by 2, sine is negative. Again, comes here, 5 pi by 2, sine is positive. Sine pi by 2 is 1, sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1, and sine 5 pi by 2 is again going to be plus 1. Works? Yes. So check this step from here. This becomes tan inverse of 1 by root 3, and this is simply 1. Okay, this part is simply 1. Cos is there. Sine inverse of root 3 by 2 is how much? Pi by 3. Pi by 3. Correct or not? Sine pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. Okay, so sine inverse of root 3 by 2 is pi by 3. You note the special angles for all the ratios sine, cos, tan. You'll get the answers. Okay. This becomes tan inverse of 1 by root 3 because this is simply 1. So answer going to be pi by 6 into sine inverse of cos pi by 3. How much is that? Cos 60, 1 by 2. Again, one last time. Sine inverse of 1 by 2 is again pi by 6 only. Answer is pi square by 36. Okay, option B is correct. Can a question be simpler than this? Looks difficult, but it is actually very simple. All of you agree? Okay. This is done. 6th question. Any doubt you have, let me know in the comment section. 7th one will solve. Okay. I think I've done a similar question like this in one of our session also, but we'll solve it over here. It's a PYQ from 2022. PYQ from 2022. Domain of cos inverse of GIF of x. Okay. If I forget about this, if it is simply cos inverse of, let's say, y, then we can we write the domain of y then? Sorry, domain of the cos inverse. Sir, y belongs to 1 to minus 1. But in this case, if this is not y, it is actually what? GIF of x. GIF of x. What is GIF? Greatest integer function. What is GIF? Greatest integer function. Okay, so we know that very well. I've taught you in the bridge course. Go ahead, watch the bridge course. Okay, great. Have a look. So number line, if you put here minus 1, all the value over here, if you put, what I mean by that, you can put here minus 2. Okay, in this, what is the answer? Minus 2 only. Put here minus 1.5. What is the answer? Minus 2 only. Okay, it means I cannot go behind minus 1 point. Okay, so minus 1 I should start from. Then we have 1 over here. What if I go between any of these values? If I do that, I'll get minus 1 only, right? If I put 0 point something, I'll get 0. That is again inclusive of that. But what if I put 1? Okay, I put 1, answer is 1, not a problem. But if I put 1.5, what is the answer? 1 only. Look, I am allowed to take this GIF value between minus 1 and 1. Okay, it means x can lie between, check this out, from minus 1. If I write 1.5, what is the answer? If I put x as 1.5, this will get again 1 only, right? If I put x value as 1.5, I will get the answer as 1 only. So should I write this as 1.5? Should I do that? No. Because I can write 1.6 also. Right? Again answer will be 1. I can write 1.9 also. Answer is again, excuse me, 1. I can write 1.999. Again answer is 1. So what should I write over here? Check this out. I should write, if I write 2 over here, no, answer will become 2. So everything before 2, Okay, so I'll do what? We know that how to write that. We have learned inequalities. So I'll remove this, and simply write here 2. So I'll write 2, but with the open bracket. So simply my x value is -1 closed and 2 open. Right? This is my final answer. Okay, -1 open, 2 closed. Option D is correct, right? Option D is correct. Here 2 is also closed. Please check. Okay, it's not a difficult question, but it is little bit smart one. Okay, you think out of your box. You should know the understanding of GIF with you. You should have that. Okay, this is clear. This is just for practice. Okay, that's not required. You can go from here, close till open 2. All this is part of your domain except for 2. Got it? Moving on. Next question, 8th one. The value of cot inverse of 1 minus sin x in the root, 1 plus sin x again in the root. Looks difficult? Not at all. Please check. I can write 1 minus sin x now as cos square of x by 2 plus sin square of x by 2. Why x by 2, sir? Because see, all the angles are in that term only. This is x by 3, okay? But it's incorrect, I think. This is incorrect. So cos square of x by 2, sin square of x by 2. That is for 1. I will replace the value 1 by sin square plus cos square. It's identity we have learnt in grade 10. Yes or no? Yes. So 1 is sin square plus cos square, written like that. Next is what? Sin x. That becomes minus 2 sin x by 2 into cos x by 2. Which formula? This formula. Sin 2 theta equals to 2 sin theta into cos theta. This one. Okay. Simplify now. So I'll end up with, if I apply root to this, no? First write this term. A square b square minus 2ab. Check this out. A square b square minus 2ab. What is the answer? Simply cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 the whole square. Now apply root to this. Root on this side and root on this side. Excuse me. Root on this side. You can check here. This will cancel the effect. So I'll end up with 1 minus sin x. In the root is nothing but cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. This is clear? One second. Cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 is your first condition. Similarly, if I have to write for 1 plus sin x, what I'm going to get? Please check. I can write here 1 plus sin x. Everything will remain same. Please check. 1 will be written as cos square plus sin square. Sin x will be written as 2 sin x cos x by 2, of course. But this minus will become plus. This minus sign over here will become 1 plus sin x, right? So everything will remain same except for I have cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2. I'll have here cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2. Okay? This is your second condition. Clear? Fair enough? Okay? Great. Now I'll move on to the next set of steps. What is that? Using these two conditions, 1 and 2 in the expression that is given to you. Have a look. So we have cot inverse outside. We have 1 minus sin x plus 1 plus sin x. Basically, you have to add these two equations. Add 1 and 2. What do you get? Cos x plus cos x, right? Sin and sin is cancelled. This is minus, this is plus. This is minus here and this is plus here. Will cancel each other. I have only cos x plus cos x. It becomes 2 cos x by 2. Correct, na? Angle is x by 2, right? So I get cos plus cos is 2, 2 cos x by 2. Second is difference of these two. Subtract 1 and 2. Subtract, check here. Difference of these two. Subtract 1 and 2. Have a look. Cos and cos will cancel each other. Cos and cos will cancel each other. And we have minus sin x and it will become minus again. So we'll have minus 2 sin. We have minus 2 sin x by 2. 2 and 2 is cancelled. Next step. Cot inverse is cos by sin. Cot x by 2. Cos by sin is cot. There is a minus sign over here. I'll put it like this. Check the answer. This becomes pi minus formula property cot inverse cot x by 2. Okay, so pi minus, this will cancel the effect, cot inverse and cot x by 2. Pi minus x by 2, option C is correct. Option C is correct. Brilliant question. Okay, superb. Done. Difficult? Not at all. If you are feeling it is difficult, do one thing, watch it again. Go back and watch the same question couple of times, then you solve it also. Still you have doubt, you can ask me. Okay, but first thing is, please watch it couple of times if you are struggling in this particular question. I'll show you once again before moving on to next question. Clear? Question number 9 for you now. Yeah. Given x lies from 0 to 1 by 2, solve this. Let's solve this, okay? Find the value of tan of sine inverse of x by root 2 like that. Difficult? Not at all. Just do one thing. Take this value as an angle alpha. We can do that. What is alpha? Some angle. Okay. So if it is the case, I get the sine inverse of x as alpha. It means x equals to sine alpha. 1 second. All of you. Yeah. Sine alpha. X is sine alpha. I'm going to use it in the given form they're asking. From here we can start. Tan is first, start from tan. Then comes your sine inverse. Okay. Now x, what is x here? X is going to be sine alpha. So right here, sine alpha. What is next? We have 1 by root 2. Do we? X by root 2, right? It becomes x into 1 by root 2. So simply I can write here cos pi by 4. Cos, 1 second, cos pi by 4. This is clear? Cos pi by 4 is clear? Okay, this is pi, alright. Then comes a plus sign. I have 1 minus x square. Think about it. If x is sine alpha, 1 minus x square is nothing but 1 minus sine square alpha. How much is this? Simply cos square alpha, take root, and take root. What is the answer? Simply cos alpha. Simply cos alpha. It means root of 1 minus x square is nothing but cos alpha. So write that cos alpha. Clear? Right? 1 minus x square in the root is nothing but cos alpha. Same way I'll have left here 1 by root 2 in the denominator, right? Please check. This root 2 is left, no? I'll have 1 by root 2. What is it? Sine pi by 4. What is it? Sine pi by 4 is same thing. Okay, close the bracket and this becomes minus alpha. No? Sine inverse of x is what? Alpha. I've written that. Minus alpha. Okay. The bracket closes over here, right? Yeah, the bracket is closed. Continue from here. Tan of sine inverse as it is. Sine alpha cos pi by 4. Cos alpha sine pi by 4. This is a formula. Which formula, sir? I'll not write it. I'll just give you the hint. Sine of a plus b. That formula. What I get? Sine a cos b plus same thing over here. Please write it down, okay? Please write this one down. Sine a cos b plus, what is it? Cos a sine b, okay? Sine alpha cos pi by 4. So I get this as sine of pi by 4 plus alpha. This is closed. This whole thing is done. This whole thing is written over here. Sine of pi of 4 plus alpha, and this continues, becomes minus alpha. Minus alpha. Okay? Clear? So check this out. Sine inverse of sine will cancel the effect of each other. So I get here, what I get? Tan of, this will cancel each other. So we have only pi by 4 plus alpha left, and this minus alpha is left. Cancel, cancel. Answer is tan pi by 4. How much is that? 1. How much is that? 1. Option is A. Option is A. Have a look. Question number 9, option A is correct. 1. Simple enough. Got it? Only thing was to take sine inverse of x as alpha. You can take as theta also, anything you want to. I've taken as alpha. Got it? Another question asked in 2014. It's an old PYQ, but yes. Last time I said no. 25, almost 11 years. It's okay. Sine of 2 sine inverse of 0.8. Same thing we're going to do here. Take this as alpha. So I'm taking here sine inverse of 0.8 as alpha. How do you solve this? Taking sine on this side, I get here 0.8 equals to sine alpha. How do you find cos alpha? Why do I need cos alpha, sir? You don't? Please check. We have here, what are they asking? Sine of 2 alpha, right? Sine of 2 alpha. There's a formula for this. 2 sine alpha and cos alpha. Right? We already have sine alpha value as 0.8. We want cos alpha also. Let's do that. So we'll get this as cos alpha, okay. So cos alpha, we know that is equals to 1 minus sine square alpha. Correct? In the root. Because 1 minus sine square is nothing but cos square. We have a root, it becomes simply cos. Okay, put the values now. So 1 minus, what this is going to be, 0.8 square is nothing but 0.64. 0.64. I get this as 0.36. So answer is 0.6 actually. This is my cos alpha value. Cos alpha value is 0.6. Put it here. 2 times of 0.8 and 0.6. 48 into 2. 0.96 is your final answer. Yeah, option D is correct. Got it? Question number 10 is also done. We are now halfway through. I have taken total of 20 questions from the PYQs of ITF chapter. 10 is solved now. Okay, having fun? So far so good. Question number 11 we can start. Okay. Solve for x tan inverse of 1 minus x upon 1 plus x. Now this questions from here onwards not be difficult. Different approach will be used. Okay, have a look. So what is the formula used over here? There's a formula, if you remember. So here you have to remember all the formulas over here. Tan inverse of A minus tan inverse of B. The formula is very simple. Tan inverse of A minus B upon 1 plus AP. I have taught you this formula. I have taught you this, okay? Great. Go ahead, watch my sessions. Alright. We're going to use the RHS part over here. A value will become 1 and B will be x. So from here we can conclude tan inverse of, please check, simply 1 minus tan inverse of x equals to 1 by 2 tan inverse of x. Let's move this thing on this side. This value is pi by 4. Tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4 equals to, I have minus tan becomes there plus tan, right? So it's going to be tan plus half tan, simply 3 by 2 tan. Please check. I'll repeat myself. This is minus tan inverse, goes there, becomes plus tan inverse. So plus tan inverse plus 1 by 2 tan inverse becomes plus 3 by 2 tan inverse of x. 2 2s are 4. So we have pi by 2 left. Bring this 3 also here, into 3 equals to tan inverse of x. Correct? Okay, pi by 6 I have. Pi by 6 equals to tan inverse of x. So from here I can get x is tan pi by 6, which is nothing but 1 by root 3. One by root 3 is your answer. Option B is correct. Fair enough, all of you? Done? Simple. Please check. 11th one, option B is correct. Can you move on to the next question? Okay, 12th one. So if you remember the formulas, no, things will be easier for you. Different approach now. A PYQ 2015 paper. Alright, so we have to compare the numerators by making the denominators same to get the values of A, B, C. Then everything is easy. Okay, so let's write the LHS as it is. X plus 1, the whole square is there, right? So x square plus 1 plus 2x. This is x cube plus x equals to, taking LCM again, we have x times of x square plus 1. I have to multiply x square plus 1 to A, right? Okay, so I get here A times of x square plus 1, and we'll have plus x times of bx plus c. X times of bx plus c. Continue the steps over here. I have here x square plus 1 plus 2x plus x cube plus x equals to, expand over here, I get a times of x square plus 1 plus bx square plus cx divided by x cube plus x. Now we'll check, we'll only simplify the numerator of this side, right hand side. I have two x square terms, we'll club them together. Take x square common, we have a plus b, and there's only one constant term which is nothing but plus 1, only one single degree term cx. Okay, over here denominator remains same, x cube plus x, and here also same thing, x square plus 1 plus 2x by, no need to write all the steps, okay, it's a MCQ. Now compare these two things, compare this numerator of LHS and RHS. What are you getting? You're getting cx equals to 2x. You're getting cx equals to 2x, it means c equal to 2. What are you getting next? This is not 1, right? This is a actually, sorry. A into 1 will become a. A into 1 is a, not 1, okay? This is a. So you'll have a equals to 1. Compare this. This is 1, this is a. So you get the value of a equals to 1. Clear enough? Have a look. Compare the constant term. Here the a, here we have 1. So a is equal to 1. Next we have a plus b. So x square equals to a plus b, x square. Compare from here. You get a plus b equal to 1. Where a value is 1, use from here, we get b value as 0. B value as 0. Next, solution. Okay, so we got a is 1, b is 0, and c is 2. A is 1, b is 0, c is 2. We're going to use this to get the expression from here. Cosec inverse of 1 by a. Cosec inverse of 1. 1 by 1 is what? 1 only, plus cot inverse of 1 by b, 1 by 0. Okay, and sec inverse of 2. Sec inverse of 2. Check this out. Cosec inverse of 1 is nothing but pi by 2, right? Check this out. So sin pi by 2 is 1. Cosec pi by 2 is also 1. So cosec inverse of 1 is nothing but pi by 2. Okay. Now this is cot inverse of infinity. Sec inverse of 2. What is sec inverse of 2? Sec inverse means basically it will be pi by 6, right? Because cos pi by 6 is 1 by 2. No, pi by 3 actually. So cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2. So sec pi by 3 is nothing but 2. We have here pi by 3. Okay, pi by 3 is there. Cot inverse of infinity. So tan 0 is 0. Okay, so means cot 0 will be infinity. This is going to be 0 only, right? So it will be 0 only. Cot 0 will be infinity, yeah. So what I'm getting here, please check. This is going to be 0. So my final answer will be pi by 2 plus pi by 3. LCM is 6. 2 3s are 6 means 3 pi. 3 2s are means again 2 pi. Answer is 5 pi by 6. Option C is correct. Have we got this? Cot inverse of infinity is 0. Cot 0 is infinity actually. Tan 0 is 0. So cot 0 is infinity. Cot inverse of infinity will be 0. Same goes. You have to remember all the tables actually. Okay. Got it? So pi by 2 plus pi by 3 is nothing but 5 pi by 6. Option C is correct. Option C is correct. Question number 12 is done. We can start the question number 13 now. Okay. We have done a similar question, remember? Yeah. Let's solve this. Alpha, 2 sin inverse and cos inverse. We'll do one thing. Take one sin inverse with cos inverse and keep the other one as it is. So we'll keep here as alpha. We get here less than equal to sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x. Other one you can keep as it is, sin inverse of x less than beta. Okay. Club these two together. I have broken 2 sin inverse of x as sin inverse of x plus sin inverse of x. Okay. This becomes pi by 2. Sine inverse of cos inverse, sum of the same value. Sine inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is pi by 2. Pi by 2. And we have here sine inverse of x less than b. Less than equal to b. Okay. Let's write for sine inverse now. For this we'll have the range, right? From where to where? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. Now we'll do what? I want to add pi by 2 over here. So let's add pi by 2 on all the sides. Please check. If I take this as my form number 1, okay, first number form, I need pi by 2 to add it to sine inverse. So this is the range of sine inverse. Add to it, you get 0 on this side, because pi by 2 plus minus pi by 2 becomes 0. Over here you'll have pi by 2 plus sine inverse of x, and this side will be plus pi. Pi by 2 plus pi by 2 is simply pi. Okay, compare now. Alpha to 0, so alpha is 0, and beta to pi. Option D is correct. Okay, option D is correct. This is a simple question. We have done a couple of questions like this only. Okay, we can start now. Next one, 14th. Good enough. 14th one. The value of sine inverse of 2 root 2 by 3 plus sine inverse of 1 by 3. Looks difficult. So there is no special angle for this. Very difficult, sir. Forget about this. This looks simple to you? This looks simple to you? Yes, it does. Let's write that. Alpha. Take this as alpha. Okay. It means, sir, sine inverse of 1 by 3 is alpha. So sine alpha is 1 by 3. This much is okay. I have taken sine inverse of 1 by 3 is alpha. It means sine alpha is 1 by 3. This much is okay. Alright. What I can write from here? Alpha 1 by 3 means, sine alpha 1 by 3 means, this is 1, this is 3. Right? That's how we write sine. Opposite by hypotenuse. So sine alpha means 1 and 3. How do you solve this part? Very simple. Square of 3 is 9 minus square of 1 is 1. How much is this? Root 8. How much is this? 2 root 2. Now things are simpler to you. Please check. 2 root 2 by 3. How do you get that ratio? 2 root 2 by 3. If I take this angle, let's take this angle as beta. Okay? And write sine beta now. Write this as sine beta. For this angle you write sine beta. How much you'll get? How much you'll get? You'll get 2 root 2 by 3. Opposite will become 2 root 2. So 2 root 2 by 3 will be your result. Okay? Now check carefully. Sine beta is 2 root 2 by 3. It means the angle beta is nothing but sine inverse of 2 root 2 by 3. Correct? Now check carefully. What are they asking basically from here? No, is beta plus alpha. Beta plus alpha. This is a right angle triangle. Why, sir? Because the trigonometric ratio are valid over here. Okay? This property of trigonometric ratio will be true only for right angle triangle. Okay? And even we have proved it. We have taken this as Pythagoras theorem only to get the value of 2 root 2. Okay? So this is a 90-degree angle. It means the sum of the angle beta plus alpha will be how much? Or simply pi by 2. Sir, why beta plus alpha, sir? You can ask me. Why beta plus alpha? This is how much? We just proved it. Please check. Beta. And this is how much? Alpha. We took it as our assumption. This was our assumption. Alpha, this is coming as beta. Sum is how much? Pi by 2. Right option is A. Correct option is A. Clear or not? Clear, sir. Clear or not? Clear. Done? Yeah. Thought so. Question number 14 is done. Simple question, just given in a trickier way. Because looking at this question, we try to think in the way that our mind is trained in such a way that we'll look for special angles. Because sir, the values are given, so there's no special angle like this. Then what are you going to do? Apply this triangle approach. Works out. 14th is done. Next one is 15th. Okay. The value of sine inverse of cos 53 pi by 5. I've done a question like this in our session also, but I'll solve it today. Remember, answer was coming as option number D. Here also was same answer we'll get. Let's solve this. I've done a similar question. If you remember my previous sessions, it was 10 pi plus 3 pi by 5. How do I do it? 5 into 10 is 50 plus 3 is 53. I have the question angle as 53 pi by 5 is given as the angle in the question. Okay, there is a formula, cos of 2n pi plus some angle theta becomes what? Simply cos theta. Simply cos theta. So I've used that. This is 2n pi, right? N is 5 over here. All right. Sine inverse, I can write this as cos 3 pi by 5. The property I've used, please check. Next I write this as sine inverse of sine pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 5. Why sine? Because the outside operator is sine inverse, that's why. Then only we can get the effect cancelled, right? Yes. So I'll cancel the effect. I can ignore the sine and sine inverse. Only angle will be required. Take the angle. You have angle as pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 5. LCM of 2 and 5 is 10. 2 5s are 10 means here I'll have 5 pi. Correct? And here we have 5 2s means I'll have minus 6 pi. If you're not sure, do one thing, pause the video here and do your own calculation. Okay, you'll get the confidence from there. 5 pi minus 6 pi is how much? Minus pi. Right. That's your answer. That's your answer, option D. Option D is correct. Okay, 15th is done. Question number 16th now. This is clear, right? Okay, 16th now. If 3 tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x is pi, then x equals to what? Let's solve it. Okay. Again, we have the same approach. Remember, tan inverse plus cot inverse of x will become pi by 2. What I have here, split it. 2 tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x becomes pi. This sum becomes pi by 2. Here we have pi. 2 tan inverse of x plus. Move on this side. Pi minus pi by 2 is how much? Simply pi by 2. Pi is 180, pi by 2 is 90. Difference will be 90 only. Okay. We have over here 2 tan inverse of x left. Bring this 2 on this side. What I get? Tan inverse of x equals to pi by 2 into 2, 4. What I get from here? Simply x value is 1. Tan inverse of 1 is how much? Pi by 4. Tan inverse of 1 is how much? Pi by 4. Option is B. Fair enough? Clear? Okay. Just 4 questions to go. Let's solve it. 17th one. 16th was very easy. Okay. Try to solve it from your side, then you take help from my solution. Okay. 17th one. Sine inverse of x plus sine inverse of y is pi by 2. The next one equals to what? Okay. Check this out. Same thing I can do for this also. I want to write sine inverse in terms of, okay, let's do this. Take this as angle alpha. Alright, so if I get from here, what I've done, taken sine inverse of x as alpha. Okay, sine inverse of x as alpha, so I get x as sine alpha. Okay, this is my angle, right? Alpha. Then I'm talking about, this has to be what? Beta then? This has to be beta, right? Please check. Some angle beta. So from here I get what, dear? I get sine beta equals to y equals to y. Okay. Alpha plus beta is nothing but pi by 2. Right angle triangle. Done. Okay. Great. I want to write x square in terms of y. Great. I'm writing sine beta as y. I can also write this as cos alpha. If you know that. I can write this sine beta, which is going to be y, also as cos alpha because they are going to be complementary ratio. Right or not? Alpha plus beta is 90, right? Okay. So you write here sine alpha or cos beta. Okay. Same thing. Or you can write here sine beta or cos alpha. We'll have the same condition. They are complementary ratios. So sine beta or cos alpha or sine alpha and cos beta. So I'm talking about this pair being used over here. Okay. So I can write sin beta as cos alpha. So basically I'm getting here cos alpha equals to the value y. Check this out. What are they asking us? X square. X square means sin square alpha. We know that a identity from sin and cos. Sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is 1. Right? From here I get 1 minus cos square alpha. What is cos alpha? Simply y. Put here. Option A is correct. Option A is correct. Got it? Yeah. Option A is correct. Just if you don't want to use any of this, you don't have to use any of this. Okay. I just took the figure to make you explain the property of complementary ratios. If you want, you can ignore all of this. Simply write this condition. These two. Okay. I can simply write this one also, because that's what is going to be useful for us. Okay. Clear? So we get sin beta as cos alpha because they are going to be complementary ratio. Alpha plus beta is nothing but 90 degree. Got it? They're given that over here. Please check. I've taken the assumption to be alpha and beta. 17 is done. Question number 18 will solve now. 18th one. Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is 4 pi by 5. Looking for cot inverse of x plus cot inverse of y. Difficult question? Not at all. Please check. Same property. Tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x is pi by 2. Yes, yes. Okay. From here I can get cot inverse of x as pi by 2 minus tan inverse of x. How? Let's move on this side. Okay. Same thing I can do then. Cot inverse of y also. What I'll have? Pi by 2 minus tan inverse of y. What I want? Take this as equation number 1 and equation number 2. If you add these two, what you're going to get? You'll get LHS as cot inverse of x plus cot inverse of y. And that's what we're looking for. So add 1 and 2. Add 1 plus 2. You'll have cot inverse of x plus cot inverse of y. Okay. Now add the RHS also. Pi by 2 plus pi. Sorry, pi by 2 plus pi by 2. 90 plus 90, sir. 180. It means pi. And this is a minus sign over here. Take minus sign common and add them. Right or not? Yes. There's a minus sign common in both the terms. I've taken that common and I simply added them. Tan inverse of x and tan inverse of y. Okay, great. What is my answer? Cot inverse of x plus cot inverse of y, okay, is equal to pi minus, check this out, sum of tan and tan inverse of x and tan inverse of y. Sum of tan inverse of x and tan inverse of y is how much? They have given here 4 pi by 5. LCM is how much? 5. 5 pi minus 4 pi. How much is this? Pi. Answer is pi by 5. What is the answer? Option A, pi by 5. Question number 18. Option A is pi by 5. Correct answer. Please check. 18th is done. Question number 19th now. This is clear, right? 18th is clear for everyone. If you want to watch it again, play the same question again and then continue with the next question. 19th one. 19th one is sec square tan inverse of 2 cos x square cot inverse of 3. Okay. I've done this question in one of the session, but it is a PYQ of 2025 paper. Let's solve it. Here is the property of this sec square theta. One plus tan square theta. And same goes for cosec square also. 1 plus cot square theta. So 1 plus tan square of the angle. What is the angle over here? This is the angle. Okay, so tan inverse of 2. Remember, output of a inverse trigonometric function is always an angle, right? This is the angle over here. Great. This is a square plus 1 plus cot inverse of cot square of, sorry, I did ulta. Here will come cot square, here will come cot inverse. Cot square of cot inverse of 3, right? Yeah, that's correct. Now take the sum of 1 and 1 together. We get this 2 as equal to 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. And we have tan of tan inverse, right? Write this as simply tan of tan inverse 2, this whole square, okay? This is the whole square. Here square was on the tan, right? So that's why I've taken here for the entire thing. This one already taken over here, okay? Same way I'll do with this. Cot inverse of 3. Take the whole square. Take the whole square one more time. So I get 2 plus, this will give me the result as 2. So 2 square, remember, because this is a square. Tan of tan inverse, they are inverse of inverse function to each other, tan and tan inverse. Cancelling the effect, I get only the value as 2, square is there. Same way here, inverse functions, cot and cot inverse, cancels, and I have answer as 3 square. So 2 plus 4 plus 9, I get 6 plus 9 is 15. 15, option 3 is correct. C3, what I want to do, add it down. Option C, option 3 is correct answer. Okay, 19th is answer 15. Last question of the day. This is simple. Last one. Let's solve this and complete our session. Okay, great. They're asking that for the given condition, which is the valid domain of x basically, right? Domain of x means where will the x lie from, which of the x set of equations. They're given 4 options, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check. So we'll do one thing, we'll take cos inverse of x as theta, or basically x as cos theta. Okay, x as cos theta. So we know one thing for sure from here, the theta will lie from where to where? 0 to pi. That's the domain of theta. If I've taken x as cos theta means theta will lie from 0 to pi. Domain of theta? Okay. Got it. So this is clear, sir. This is clear. And I said, why this only? Why not all real? Because we're talking with respect to cot inverse. In case of inverse function, we have to restrict the domain, right? That's why the domain restriction is done, and the result is 0 to pi. Usually for cos theta, what is the domain? All real. But then why writing here 0 to pi? Because we're talking about cos inverse. Hence, the domain has to be restricted. We have to make the function to be 1, 1 on 2. That's why 0 to pi. Got it? Okay. Theta is 0 to pi. Next, we'll apply over here, this side. So we'll have a sine inverse of 2 cos theta. This will become simply sine theta. Remember, if x is cos theta, then root of 1 minus x square will become sine theta, right? Okay. So I get here sine inverse of sine 2 theta. From here I get what? Simply 2 theta. Simply 2 theta. Understand this very clearly. This is operating on sine inverse, right? So means my output for this will be how much? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Your range of sine inverse is what? What is it? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Bring forth 2 on this side. What I get? Both sides actually. I'll have here minus pi by 4. Okay. Theta. Same on this side, pi by 4. We are close to the answer, but not exactly. We have 0 to pi over here. We have minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. We have to take intersection of both these two. Intersection of both these two. What is the answer going to be? Simply 0 to pi by 4. Please check. If you include the condition 1 from here and condition 2 from here, their intersection. So starting from 0 we'll get, because this is negative. Starting from 0 we will get, and ending at pi by 4 because this is first. Okay. So my intersection will be what? From 1 and 2 we can say directly. From 1 and 2, what we can say? We get, so we get here from these two, 0 theta pi by 4. 0 theta pi by 4. But what do I want? I want x, right? I want the value in terms of x, the domain of x. Okay. So to write theta in terms of x, how do I do that? By operating cos on both sides. I will repeat myself. I want to write theta in terms of x. How do I do that? By operating cos on both sides. So let's do it. So I get here cos 0, cos theta, and cos pi by 4. So why am I not writing the inequality? I hope you all know that, right? Because it's a decreasing function, inequality will reverse, sir. It's a decreasing function, inequality will reverse each other, okay? So this becomes greater than, also greater than. Check this out. Cos of not theta, here it's 0 actually. It's a 0 actually. Cos 0 is 1, cos theta is x, and cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Write the answer. 1 by root 2 comes here, less than x, less than 1. Option number 4. Okay, option 4 basically here, right? Option D I'm writing, okay? So option number 4 is correct. Have a look. 1 by root 2 to 1. 1 by root 2 to 1. Clear? Fair enough. Good question. This was a PYQ from, again, last year CET paper. Done? Had fun. This completes our session today, okay? So you can download the class notes in a PDF format. Where? On our WhatsApp channel. For that, link will be given in the description of this video. Go ahead, check the description and click on the link, visit and join the channel. Class notes will be given there only, no other place. Okay, you want the class notes, right? Join that. Now, if you are new to the channel, if you're watching for the first time, please subscribe to our channel. Simple reason, we are here to provide quality content for your competitive examination. Okay, so one of our #1 channel for KCET in Karnataka. Okay, so that's why you should follow our channel, and don't just subscribe to our channel. Also put the notification always turned on. Reason is very simple, because if you miss out any of the sessions videos, no, we are not doing just strategy video, we are also doing session video every day. Okay, if you get to miss, let's say 3-4 sessions of mathematics, then you'll have backlogs. You will that will affect your 4th session, 5th session. For example, you forgot to watch the concept session of any of the chapter. Next we're going to start matrices, okay? So you forget to watch first or second session of matrices. What will happen next? You'll not be able to solve the question from KCET or JEE PYQs. So it affects all the other sessions. So make sure that you have watched all the sessions, practice all the questions and revise all of the class notes. We're going to get all of that in the WhatsApp channel, okay? So with this I can end the session today. It was a fun session. I enjoyed solving all the questions for you. Any other feedback you have, let me know that in the comment section of this video. With that, I'm gonna end the session today, and I'll see you again very soon in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye bye.